And it is really pleasure to be here today and discuss about, I think, the shifting innovations in agrochemicals. And that is the topic, I think. So today we are going to discuss means how the scenario is going to be changed, and means the new innovation discovery molecules is shifting from Japan, Europe to China. And this is a very interesting topic. We can discuss even more than 2 hours and 3 hours, but I think Raji has given only 15-20 minutes, so I don't take much more time, but I will try to explain some important points that is very important here to discuss about that. So if you can look at the history of innovation, the innovation leadership has never been permanent. It has always shifted from one geography to other geography, and that depends upon who has built up the complete ecosystem. The second point is, again, means if you can see the earlier decades, 10, 20 years before, the innovation or the discovery was clearly led by Japanese and Germans. And they are known for the discovery. And they are coming out with the new molecules, new class of chemistries, new mode of actions, and that will create a big things. And I think there are a number of blockbusters chemistries like class 30, ARC, and there are a number of products. They are coming out with this new discovery, means new chemical groups and new mode of actions. But in last 5 to 10 years, means we all have the witness that the way the paradigm shift has happened, and China is coming out in a different strategy. And that strategy is what? The strategy is that whatever the existing molecules or the class like amide group, metadiamide group, diamide groups, triazoles group, there are a number of chemical groups that is working very good in that segment, and they are just changing the functional group and coming out with the new chemistries in the new way. And that is going to be the turnaround for the entire discovery. So the approach of discovery has changed a lot. Earlier it was a pure discovery. Now it comes under a smart discovery. So I think we'll discuss and show you some slide that is very interesting, how the people who have started working. And in India also, the companies like PI has just planning to launch one new molecules, a discovery molecule, but that is under the smart discovery, not a pure discovery. So if you can see the tectonic shift, that is what is going to be changed. Japan legacy to China dominance. And if you can see, the agricultural innovation is shifting from Japan R&D research to China's speed and scale of the new molecules. Because in China, the scales are also very high. The speed is very, very fast, the way they are transforming. And for your informations, as of now, if you can see the number of molecules that comes in the discovery pipeline, that is from 2007 to 2025, it is close to around 140 molecules. And out of 140 molecules, now China is ranked number 1. It is coming out 48 molecules discovered from China. And this is all you can say the smart discovery. If you can see the agrochemical innovation, then and now, Japan led the innovations, basic research, we all know, leading patents, we all know, discipline and R&D internationals, I think international trade policies, and many, the breakthrough from IRIC or class 30, bromide, isocycline serum, fluxamidamide, there are many molecules they have come out with. And Japan pioneered in I think, 1980s to 2010. And after that also, there are many new chemistry they are coming out. If you can see, the China dominates discovery is come out with the high-risk tech RNA-based gene technologies, scale-up ecosystems, and originating 29 global actives via 14 plant subsidies. Of course, government is also supporting in China in a big way. China approves almost around 85 new pesticides, out of which, of course, 67 from the biological or the fermentation-based biological pesticides. This is again a very interesting slide. If you can see, 32% of the new molecule to be launched from 2009 to 2025 from China. If you can see the global innovators countries, Germany is 18, Switzerland is 12, USA is 26. Japan is always the number 1 highest amongst the innovation chemistry and discovery chemistry is 35. But if you can see the number of China is coming out almost 48 out of 140 molecules that is going to be registered, or some of the product is already registered, some of the product is going to be registered. So that is, if you can see the numbers, it is really going to be a big thing, 48 numbers. How the China acted differently? If you can see the massive, and we always talk about that R&D is the core subject that we have to see how to invest more in the R&D investment. And again, the high risk, of course, when we are going for a new molecule innovations, normally if you can ask from the Germans or the Japanese, they are always saying that the new molecule discovery is around 250 million or 300 million. Currently, the CSE, Kingaroot, Yangnong, there are a number of companies in China, and they start claiming that the new innovation comes out the level of 40 millions or 35 or 40 millions. The reason being, of course, it is all because of AI computations, because the way AI computation is coming out, the product modeling is very easy nowadays. And on the basis of the AI, there are many things that will took almost around 7 to 8 years. Now it is only to took 1 year or 2 years timeline. So that also give the edge, and that is why I think the faster coming out with the new discovery or a smart discovery, you can say, that is coming out very fast. Academia industry linkage, of course, Chinese universities are working very hard. I think many global companies are working with the Chinese universities, and they are coming out with their, to just provide some data, some technology, and you can buy at certain prices, because universities are ready to give you a technology. They are ready with some of the technology. I had also personally discussed with some of the universities in China, and they have some technology that they are ready to give you. And then, of course, we all know the strong scale-up ecosystem in China, that we all know that the scale of China is very, very high in terms of the productivities. This is the slide. I think this is a very interesting slide to understand how the discovery is shifting from a pure discovery to, you can say, a smart discovery. And if you can see, there is a product called fluorolenir. This is the basically isoxazoline is the insecticide group. And if you can see the structure, the moiety of the chemical structures is remain the same. But if you can see, The same Nishan has the fluxamitamide that is very, very popular in India and class 30 molecules. In the same segment, if you can see, DuPont has come out with the structures remain the same. Certain functional group, they have changed it. Then isocycline serum, Syngenta. Then you can see the Mariel Incorporation US. Then again, the Shandong, the Chinese company, nefexometamide, and isoflunane, this is a kangaroo crop science. This is the companies, I think, in China coming out with almost around 50% of the total China patent, means the new molecule. So this company is coming out in a different way, and all basically it is changing some functional group, because the established chemical group is already established. People will know that this chemistry is working, this mode of action is working. Try to just modify a certain, you can say, the functional group, and coming out with the new chemistry. This is again the interesting one, that is the metadiamide insecticide group. And I think we all know about the Mitsui. Mitsui, this is the brofenolide, is very popular in India. And again, the CSE has just recently launched, and they have tied up with the Syngenta. Just recently, they have announced that the CSE Shanghai has coming out with the cyprophenolamide, and this is again the same group of metadiamide insecticide. Again, the structural moiety is going to be not going to be changed. That's only to change the some functional group, and they are coming out with the, of course, functional group change is not very easy, but definitely I am saying that they are not coming out with the pure discovery. They are not coming out with the new mode of action. They are not coming out with the new class of chemistry. They are coming out with the certain changes of the functional group. And that is the interesting part here, how the Yangnong, how the U-Dragon, how the CAC see the major compound metadiamide insecticide. Innovator is basically the Mitsui group. And you can see Mitsui has only 2 products, and other than out of, you can say, 6 products, 4 products belongs to China. So that's the way I think China is moving ahead in terms of the new discovery. And that is why I'm saying that just change the functional group and certain isomerizations, and they are coming out with the new molecules under the new discovery. Again, this is the diamide group. Why I'm showing this? Because people are familiar about this structures, familiar about this products. So that is why I'm saying the CTPR, we all know about it. Cycliniprol is Ihara, then Sanityprol, of course, the DuPont product. Then again, the PI, that I think we all know, and just a few months back, they have announced that this product, picoxaniliprol, they are coming with as a new discovery from PI and seed. Even the diamide insecticide group, the structural, the moieties remain the same. There is no change, simply the change in the functional group. And of course, that depends upon, means the product is effective or not. They have definitely checked it and see the bioefficacy part. But if the bioefficacy is coming out, changing the functional group, definitely it works. And see the new molecules is coming out. Same with the U-Dragon, same with the Halier. So number of companies is coming out with this new discovery technology. The way we are in generic manufacturing, everyone we are struggling. Other than 3 chemistries like organophosphate, pyrethroids, and CS2, where we are very means the backward integrated, Indian companies are doing very well. But other than these 3 chemistries, we are really struggling. And we are depending on China. Either we import the raw materials or dependence of China is very high, other than these 3 chemistries. So the best way to Indian manufacturer to save their manufacturing, the way the manufacturing is under pressure, a great pressure, even the company like UPL, those they are the powerhouse of manufacturing, they have shifted to their CPC products to different other portfolio, whether it is the electronic chemicals or semiconductor chemicals, or you can say the fine chemicals, but we have to look into it. But if you want to really be in CPC business, you have to come out in such a way as a smart discovery. So this is what I'm trying to say to my industry leaders, industry colleagues. So we have to think about this, and this is the right time to think about all these things. Then again, the pyrazole. So there are a lot of slides showing that how the companies from China, from India, people are start working on the smart discovery. This is again the pyrazole carboxamide fungicide group. Same I am saying that there are a number of companies. You can see the Sumitomo is there, Isagro is there, Chinese companies are there, Central China. So there are a number of companies. I am not saying that this is only the Sumitomo, but the Bayer, BSF, Syngenta, everyone is coming out with this technology. We are not saying that only the China is coming out with the smart discovery. Even the MNCs are also coming out with the smart discovery by way of changing the functional group. So I think this is important to understand. India needs to leverage in the strength, and this, I think we are the second largest, or you can say the third largest uh, exporter of CPC products. And, uh, and we have to think about that. We have to come out with in such a way that the generic product manufacturing, we have done it very well, only in 3 chemistries. Rest of the chemistries still we are struggling. This is the basic fact. And we have to come out, and we have to think about how to grow and how to see that means come out with the new discovery, or you can say the smart discovery. Where basically, if you can see the gaps, because we have to discuss more about the gaps, because limited new molecule discovery form, because our expenditures, especially on R&D, is very less. If you compare with the global R&D expenditures, is coming around 8 to 10%, whereas in India, still few companies are investing on R&D at roughly around, you can say 1 or 2%. But other than, if you can see, the global is around 8 to 10%. Again, the risk appetite is very, I think, not up to the level of the Chinese companies and other leading manufacturer. And again, the fragmented R&D, of course. We are not focusing on the pure, means like many companies, like PI has their own R&D, Willowood. My company is also working on the pure R&D. We have a big R&D, one of the biggest in Southeast Asia. I'm proudly saying that we are one of the biggest R&D center in India. So the same way, I think PI, Syngenta, BSF, UPL, everyone has their own R&D center, and I think we need to concentrate and try to invest more on R&D. That is the need of an hour, and then only we have to think about for these smart discoveries, because again, this is a smart, but again, still it will take a lot of money, lot of investment, lot of times, and lot of, you can say, means the time and all. So this is very important to understand where is the gap and where is our strength. This is again set the next platform, heavy dependence on generics, like we already saying that we are, almost all the companies in India, we are dependent on the generics. Short-term ROI mindset, that is again, means how fast we can take it out, the ROI. Of course, this is, of course, anyone can invest. They always see that our ROI will come within 3 years or maximum with the span of 5 years. But when we talk about the discovery, when we talk about for the R&D, definitely it will take more time. We cannot look into the ROI in 3 years, because when we go for the investment for the discovery, maybe sometimes it will take 6 years, maybe sometimes it will take 7 years. So I think this is very important, that the mindset will certainly we have to change. Talent migration is going to be fast, because whatever the talent we have, normally we are not going to concentrate on the new molecules. So the many of the talents and those knows the discovery part, that going to be migrate very, very fast from India. Then again, limited long-term R&D funding. So that is again, I'm saying right from the beginning, this is very important. But this is, I'm saying that in front of all of you industry leaders, that many of all the leaders sitting here, they can come out with new discovery. And that's the way you can come out with the new molecules. If the bioefficacy is good, you can earn like anything. And if you can see the way the PI is going to launch, till now it's not commercialized, but very soon it is going to be commercialized, and definitely it is going to be a big numbers, and whatever they have invested, 30-40 millions, I think it will come within a span of maximum 2 years, depending upon the molecule bioefficacy. Again, my time is going to be up. I'm just make it fast. Then again, the indigenous innovation pipelines. So this is, I'm going to pass it on. Then again, integrated approach, that is very important. Then again, the Indian innovation ecosystems, pilot scale-up plants, a strong IP strategy. These are all are required to integrate our systems. Then again, role of Indian companies that shift from cost to value, fixed R&D budgets, dedicated innovation teams, long-term incentives. These all are the role, means where we look into it. Then again, the strong government policies, because if you can see the China versus India, why I'm just discussing more about the government policies, because if you can see in China, the government is providing many things, right from the lands, right from the, you can say, the utility, because if you invest any plant in India, 25% of the cost is coming out in the utility, whereas in China, all the plant utility is provided by the government, and they will supply the utility things and all. And then again, the R&D grants. There is export benefit also in China. that 9% on the technicals and 13% on, especially on the intermediates. So there are multiple things that the China is providing, but here in India, the tax incentive and the R&D grants and the process of registration is also not very fast. So these all are the hurdles I think we need to understand, and government will need to work upon that, how to support the industry. But here, I think for the CPC part, government has a different mindset. They are coming out with the organic and all, but of course, we can't shift it 100% to organic. Of course, organic is very, very necessary, and we are also working for many biological products, many biostimulant, but we need that certain crops, certain pace we need to understand, because where the crop cycle is hardly a 90 days or 60 days, we are able to come out with the CPC solution, not only with the biologicals. Of course, biological is equivalently important, and it is growing very fast, but in biologicals and the biostimulant, it is important to regulators to be fine-tuned, means come out with the policies. That is very important, because still the policies are not on the right track. Then CDMO, again, this is again the second, you can say the enabler, means the way either we have to come out with the new chemistry, or either you have to invest more in the CDMO, because in CDMO, the global companies are not looking for the price. They are looking for a trusted partner, a partner that can innovate, a partner that can reliable, sustainable, and a partner that can protect your IP. So CDMO is a business, is something not related with purely with the CPC, but it also take care for your other chemicals, like I'm saying for the battery chemicals, I'm saying for semiconductor chemicals, I'm saying for electronic chemicals, for optical chemicals. There are a number of chemicals where you can divert it, and where they are not going to check or compare with the China price. Because our problem is that every chemicals, we just start comparing with the China. But these are the segment in CDMO where we can switch over and we can think about for the scaling up. This is again the future innovation trends, low MRL product that we all know about it, and that is why we are saying that the biological is again coming out, embracing the biological that I'm trying to say. Low MRL products, especially low MRL product means the biological pesticide like spinosad, you can say spinoterems, you can say imamectin benzoates, you can say there are a number of products, means validamycin. These are the biological pesticide where, of course, the MRL content is, means MRL is going to be a low.
Requesting you to adhere the time limit.
Yeah. So then R&D and then government support, PPP is required. I think the big question again, we are going to be a follower or we are going to be an innovator. That we need to think about by ourselves, that we always be a follower or we are going to be innovator. So innovation is now the survival strategy. So this is not that we are going to say that we are the innovator. This is going to be a survival strategy, so we have to innovate. This is no other way. I think this is, next shift can be from China to India. India has a talent and a scale. Its needs, especially the visions and the courage and the patience, that we need to be see it in a different way. Definitely we come out in a different way. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Lovely.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a warm round of applause for Mr. Jitendra Mohan, Chief Operating Officer, COO Director, Willowood Chemicals. A token of love, appreciation from IIAB, India.
We grew up, Jitendra ji, we grew up with a beautiful line called, "There is no substitute to hard work," isn't it? I think this is a very common line. But today he gave me a very brilliant line. He says, what is it? To survive, you need to have innovation. What a wonderful thing. So true. It's not the survival of the fittest. No, only the fit who has got innovation, or the person who is fit in innovation would survive. That's a brilliant takeaway. I invite हमारे R.K. Shetty साहब to please come and honor Jitendra ji, please. He is the chairman of Hidamba Industries.
A warm round of applause, everyone in the house. Let's give it up. Yes, I'm expecting claps from everyone. Thank you. Jitendra Mohan, Chief Operating Officer, Director, Willowood Chemicals. Thank you so much for your presentation and your insights. Congratulations on behalf of IIAB 2026.